presents the Cavalcade of America. Tonight, our star is the well-known Hollywood actor Robert Taylor, who is currently starred with Deborah Carr with a cast of thousands in the MGM Technicolor production, Quo Vadis. And now Robert Taylor in The Prisoner of Castle Thunder. charge did no good, of course. A giant of a man seized me in his arms and carried me off to the bandits' wagon train. They took me with them back into Missouri, leaving our little town a smoking ruin.
I don't wonder you learned what hate can be.
I hated no one then, nor do I now. I hate evil only. I was well treated in Missouri. Dr. Keenan in Lafayette County took me into his home. He had a daughter, Molly Keenan. Juanita, I called her because we both loved that song. I guess I fell in love with Molly. And so, just before the war, I went back to Missouri to teach school. One day after school was out in my one-room schoolhouse, I was practicing on the harmonium we used for singing class. Wait a minute. It's locked. I'm coming. Well, Jim Peters, come in.
Quick, shut the door. Lock it again.
What's the trouble?
Quick, Brown. Here, give me the key. They may be here any minute. Any minute.
What is this, Jim?
Vigilantes, Tom Bailey and his wild crowd. You've got to clear out of here, Spencer, before they get you.
But why? I've had some trouble with Bailey, sure, but nothing I can't handle.
It's different now, Spencer. They think you're John Brown's son. You know how they hate old man Brown and all the Kansas abolitionists.
But I've explained long ago. There were two Browns in Ottawatomie. One was John Brown, but my father's name is Orville.
I know, but one of Bailey's men just got back from Kansas, and he swears you're the son of John Brown. Look here, Spencer, I'm your friend. I tell you, they'll string you up. I'm risking my own life coming here. Now, I left my horse saddled at the back entrance. Take it and get out of Missouri fast.
I can't run away, Jim. And there's Molly.
It was Molly who sent me. I didn't want to come. But I love her too, Brown. You know that.
Yes, I know.
She wants you to escape. She'll join you later. Wasn't easy for me to do what she asked.
Oh, I don't like it, Jim. I don't want to run.
Man, do you want to hang? Get me tarred and feathered? I tell you, Molly begged me to get you to go. Now, hurry.
But I don't.
There they are. Come on, here's the back door. Here's my horse. Get on. Get on. Now, off with you. You can't be seen from the front. Cut straight across the field.
Jim, tell Molly. Tell her for me that...
Off with you.
Spencer? Where's Spencer? Where's Spencer?
He ran away, Molly.
Ran away? But didn't you tell him that...
That you'd stand by him?
Yes.
That I'd stay by his side? That your father and the federal marshal and all respectable folks here protect him against Bailey's ruffians? I told him all that, yes. He was afraid to stay.
It just seemed like him. I can't believe it.
Molly, the man's a coward.
Howard. Howard.
Worse than that, the confounded blackguard stole my horse. Come along, Molly.
Yes, I have met violence. Now, this was my introduction to perfidy and deceit. I was very much shocked and ashamed, Chaplain.
You had no cause to be ashamed, Spencer.
I know that now. Well, Molly married Jim Peters, and I never saw her again. Their story of my cowardice spread. I lost my home to bloody violence and my good name to brazen deceit. I never used the name Brown again. But I determined to win that name back by violence and deceit, if necessary. In fact, I'm afraid I longed for violence and the uses of deception.
You are wrong. Very wrong.
Yes, that's why I'm here. And that's why time is short. Well, when the war began, I joined the Union Navy in the gunboat fleet, building at St. Louis and along the northern rivers. Thanks to my good education, I soon made myself valuable to my officers. One day in our captain's cabin, I was taking a letter from Captain Porter.
The installation of our heavy equipment means that we shall be ready to attack earlier than we had hoped. Signed, William D. Porter, commanding the Essex. Make a fair copy for me, Kellogg, and when you've done so, carry the sealed dispatch to General Grant's adjutant ashore.
Yes, sir.
Kellogg,
Yes, sir.
no need to tell you that the contents of its message are highly secret.
Of course not. Sir, I have a request to make.
Yes, what is it?
You trusted me, Captain, with this information. We shall steam downriver soon. Do you know what awaits us below St. Louis? Do you know the enemy's preparations?
Not as thoroughly as I could wish, no. We had some word from spies, not enough.
I know that country well, sir. Very well. I have good reason to know it well. If you would send me there, sir. As a spy? Yes.
Oh, now, Kellogg, I'm surprised. I've always thought of you as as a good man, no doubt, but...
No daredevil? Not much of a sailor?
Well, that's what I mean, I'm afraid.
Sir, a daring man with an air of not being a daring man, that could be a good spy if he knew the country.
But, why do you want to volunteer? You have a good berth here, easy duty, plenty of time ashore in St. Louis?
I have personal reasons, Captain. Very important reasons. Don't make me tell you why.
Well, let me think it over, Kellogg. I'll send for you again this evening. Well, then, Kellogg, you'll leave tonight. A rowboat we left for you aft. At 8 bells, you'll cut adrift and head downstream with Jake Trussell as oarsman.
I'm glad old Jake's going along, sir.
Good. Trussell will take cover in Corinth at the house you know. You'll move about and get what information you can find to him for transmission. He'll be able to reach us. We had arranged for that before you spoke up.
Very good, sir.
You know, we'll have to report Spencer Kellogg as a deserter. The news will be published here in St. Louis. Other newspapers will pick it up north and south. Your parents may read them.
Not my parents.
No? I hope you understand what you're doing, Kellogg.
I do, sir.
I think you do. I'm betting on it.
So am I. I'm betting my name on it. Tonight on the Cavalcade of America, Robert Taylor is starring as the prisoner of Castle Thunder. Now drifting, now rowing, the two men move downstream into Confederate territory. That's pretty tune, Spence. Yes, I used to like it, Jake, once upon a time. Better row a bit. Wait. There's a light up ahead. Ahoy there! They've seen us. Better give them a tune they like, Spency, lad. I'll do that. Keep rowing. Ahoy! Who goes there? Who's there? Two good friends of Jefferson Davis. Who are you? Confederate Armored Barge Chum. Come aboard, friends. Now then, your name, Spencer Kellogg. Your name, sailor? Jacob Trussell, sir. I'm mighty hungry. Where's your home, Kellogg? Missouri, Lafayette County? Look here, Captain. Surely you don't think we're spies? I'm not sure yet. Jake, open up your shirt. Huh? What for? I want to show the captain your decoration. Oh, that. Sure thing. There, yeah? Take a look at Jake's chest, Captain. The Confederate flag in full color, tattooed. Ain't she a beauty? Of course, I was drunk at the time. Well, sir, I can't duplicate Jake's pretty picture, but I can give you the names of 10 people in Lafayette County who will vouch for my loyalty. What are you doing in Yankee uniform? Deserting, sir. We were shanghaied. Join up, they said, or go to prison, so we joined up. The chance we had to break loose came last night. Well, sir? You stay right here, under guard. There'll be a further examination. Captain, you see spies under every hatch. This man Trussell's obviously too stupid to be a spy, and the other one's too innocent looking. Just the same, I'm worried. Man, their stories jive told separately.
The St. Louis paper described Kellogg as a deserter from the Yankee Bridge.
Yeah, they do that, you know. Put it in the papers.
This man's on the level. No one could look at him as an live, let alone spy for General Grant. Now, listen, Captain, I've got a job to do, building forts on this roof in a damn no great hurry. I need surveyors. Kellogg knows enough about it. He's proved it to me. I need him.
All right, take him. And remember, it's your responsibility.
Jake Treffel? Come here. Here, take these papers and do what you've been told to do. It's a complete plan of the Columbus Forts drawn to scale.
Spence, you're a wonder.
It's easy. You know what? Good, kind Colonel Brandt, Confederate Army engineer, has sent me to General Pillow himself with copies of this self-same plan.
Careful. You'll be playing a sadder tune on that mouth, Johnny. What next?
Well, the general has a house here all to himself. And the general's orderly, Sergeant Shank, is now a very good friend of mine. Shank likes music and corn whiskey.
I see.
Do you think maybe I might perhaps have a look at the commanding general's personal papers? But there's a dispatch box, I'm told.
Joseph, take it easy, man. You'll have both of us hanging from the trees. Now, take it easy.
I'll take it, Jake. I'll take it. Easy.
Sergeant Shank, I believe. Of the Georgia Shank? Well, if it ain't the little old bull weevil with the mouth organ. How's my tune, engineer?
Well, how's for a drink, Sergeant? On me.
Out here?
In there.
Well, now, I don't...
Oh, come on now, Sarge. Your pet general is 10 miles downriver. Why should we suffer out here in the cold and rain?
You got a bottle shown up?
Look, looky here.
Well, come on in here, my friend. Say, now, this ought to be mighty fine. You bring that there lip piano with you?
No, Sarge, but I brought this.
Hey, how come you draw a gun on me?
The trunk over there, Shank. The general's trunk. Open it up.
I ain't gonna do it. Now, you get out.
Wait for that rifle, Shank.
I don't need no rifle, Yankee. I'll reach for your dirty soul.
I'm sorry, Shank. It was so easy, Chapman. So easy to lie, to kill. I hadn't known that before. I brought back to Grant and Porter the dispatch file of Confederate General Pillow with all the most carefully guarded secrets of the Mississippi armies. I walked into Grant's headquarters after swimming the river, stark naked save for a rebel forage cap, and I was a hero.
To yourself, Spencer?
No, not to myself. It no longer surprises me that you should know that.
You didn't take back your name then?
No. I remember the eyes of Sergeant Shank just before I shot him. I was Kellogg still, not Brown. Your prison commandant, Captain Armstrong, gave me that clock. He took me out of the prisoner's bunkhouse and gave me this room. I wish he hadn't. The clock, I mean. May I go on talking, Chaplain?
Go on, Spencer.
They made me fourth officer of the Union gunboat Essex under Porter. We fought all down the river. Pittsburgh Landing, Fort Donelson, Fort Henry, Memphis, then around Vicksburg. Your Confederate gunboat, Arkansas, was the strongest ship afloat. Captain Porter's nemesis. One night I knocked at the door of the captain's cabin.
Come in. It's you, Kellogg. What can I do for you?
Well, I've been thinking, sir, about the Arkansas. I have a plan.
I wish I had. I'd like to sink her.
Somehow, let me swim to her, sir, with a torpedo at night. What? I can do it, sir. I swear I can do it. I knew that wouldn't be easy, Chaplain. You see, I had added the eyes of Sergeant Shank to Molly's lips and the smell of burning ivory and the sound of a name I couldn't use.
That was when they caught you?
Yes. I went ashore with 3 other volunteers to spot the Arkansas's anchorage. We ran our skiff straight into the arms of a Confederate shore patrol. It was most unfortunate for me that the troops in that position were commanded by...
All right, Sergeant. Take the prisoners in a piece and bed them down for the night.
Yes, sir. Come on, you.
Wait a minute. You there. You. Don't I know you?
Me, sir? I don't believe so.
By all the angels in heaven and fiends in hell, I do know you. You're my innocent little chain bearer, my refugee engineer. Sergeant, this man's a spy. Get a hands on him. Don't let him out of your sight. And don't let him play you any music.
And that was how many months ago? I've lost track. They took me first to Jackson, then here after Vicksburg. You've been very kind to me, Chaplain, here in the Castle Thunder over all these weeks.
I've done only what I must always do. My task here is simple.
Yes. Perhaps I tried to do too much. I was unwise, and in the end there was no simplicity. I tried to pay back, to find revenge. I know better now.
I think you can take your name again, Spencer. Proudly.
Or humbly. Tomorrow I can.
It is tomorrow. Look, out the window. Kellogg?
Yes, that's right. It is tomorrow.
My dear Mrs. Brown, it is my sorrowful duty to inform you that your son Spencer was executed here this morning. I have just now come from the place of execution, and the sounds of that place are still in my ears. I cannot at this moment write to you as fully as I would. Later, I shall write to you again. No one of us shall ever forget your son, and how, when the muffled drums had stopped, their beating, and the noose had been fixed with the aid of his own steady hand, how your son said,
"This is my doing, Chaplain. This is my making. Each one finds in the end the fate he has made for himself through all his days. I've served my country well. I've served myself badly. I was proud. I'm no longer proud. In humility, not in pride, Chaplain, I ask you to give my true name to the world. I'm Spencer Kellogg Brown. All right. I'm ready now. Next week, the DuPont Cavalcade will present Green Wall, an exciting true story of an American GI whose ingenuity was vital to the Normandy invasion. Our star, John Hodiak. Be sure to listen. Tonight's DuPont Cavalcade was written by George H. Faulkner. Original music was composed by Arden Cornwell, conducted by Donald Corey. The program was directed by John Zoller. In support of our star, Robert Taylor, our Cavalcade cast included Gene Leonard, Dick Wigington, Bob Stanton, Kermit Murdoch, Sandra Spicer, Sidney Smith, Bill Zuckert, Staff Counselors Calvin Gordon and Scott Henderson. This is Cy Harris speaking. Don't forget next week, our star, John Hodiak. The DuPont Cavalcade of America comes to you from the Velasco Theater in New York and is sponsored by the